Babaji, Guru Nanak Sahib said that your true friend is someone who is with you in this world and at the time of death goes with you and stands by you when the account is asked for. Now, reading the Granth Sahib explanation of this, it goes further to say that that true friend helps you to give the account and succeeds in giving the account. So, Babaji, does that mean that the role of the master then is that of an advocate?
No, sister. You see, the best part of our scriptures is that whenever you read them, you will get a different meaning out of them. It's like you read a book when you were young. You get a particular perspective. Then when you grow up, you read it, you'll get a different perspective. When you are in mid-age, you'll get a different perspective. So similarly, our scriptures were the experience of the mystics. They wrote them to give us this wealth of information to help us to choose the right path and to walk the right path. Where karma is concerned, I think we all know that karma we all have to go through. Nobody can sort of mitigate that, decrease that, increase that. There's nothing like that. Karma apo apni ke nide ke dur. Okay. The master can help you to go through those karmas by holding your hand, giving you the confidence, but he's not going to take your karmas. So never be under that illusion. Now, when we say we sort of go back to our creator, we go back to the creator when these karmas are accounted for, not before that. If there is any karma or there are any attachments, they will act like a magnet pulling us back. So there's no question of anybody acting as an advocate for us. Your deeds will speak for themselves.
So, Babaji, when you leave, then is the Shabad Guru with you?
Shabad Guru is with us whether we leave or we don't leave. 24 hours. If we are alive today, we are alive with that creative power. Without that creative power, nothing can exist. Namo upje, namo binse. It's only with the Nam that everything exists. Without that Nam, nothing can exist. Utpat parle shabde hove, shabde hi par upat hove.
So, Babaji, when we read the writings of the Guru Sahibs, like the 10th Guru Sahib, his verse is like the Chopai Sahib, and when he says Mitra Pyare, they're so full of love for the Lord and the pain of separation from the Lord. Now, Guru Gobind Singh Ji lost his near ones and dear ones, and then he was still full of love and suffering that pain, separated from the Lord. Now, Babaji, we've lost near ones in the recent times, Sangat, senior Sangat members. We felt sad, although we know and we hear about death every day in satsangs. There has been certain sadness, and we've accepted it as the Lord's will. So how can we, in those difficult times, maybe be like a bit like the Guru Sahibs were?
But they come as living examples to show us. Okay, they are the ideal for us. So we have to take their example and try and mold ourselves to be like them. Whether we can or we cannot, well, that's up to each one of us individually. But they are examples. Okay, when we say Sat Purush, means the ones who have lived the truth. So that is the goal. We have to work towards that. I don't think so any one of us can compare ourselves with them. But definitely, they are the example that we must try and copy. And see that Guru Sahib, when he lost his children, he said, if I've lost 4 children, I've gained thousands more. So one message that comes out of all religions, all our scriptures, is Tera Pana Meetha Lage. Thy will be done.
Rasam Babaji. Babaji, thank you very much for giving your question and answers every week. It has made so much clearer. And Babaji, my question is that I've got arthritis in both of my thumbs and find it sometimes difficult to sit for bhajan. What can I do?
But actually, the objective is that you should be able to hear the Shabad 24 hours of the day. You don't need a particular posture. You don't need a particular time.
Okay.
But to start with, because the mind is so strong, we need to create a positive environment. You know,
Hanji.
we need to create an association. That's why we are explained all this.
Hanji.
He knows what difficulties we are going through. So if you finding it difficult to do it with your thumbs, just sit and try and listen to the sound.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Babaji.
Babaji, how can I be a good Sevadar?
The good Sevadar is one who doesn't calculate, one who knows how to give. We use the word in the Indian language, Nishkam, selfless. So our biggest seva, of course, is Bhajan and Simran. E seva chakri, naam vase man aaye. Soi sevak jo Satgur seve chale Satgur paye. So learn to give of yourself, not receive. Learn to be supportive to everybody. And whether you get a pat on the back or you get criticized, it shouldn't make a difference.
ਬਾਬਾ ਜੀ ਫਰੀਦ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਇਹ ਬਿਰਹਾ ਜਾਣੀਏ ਬਿਰਹਾ ਤੂੰ ਸੁਲਤਾਨ। ਬਾਬਾ ਜੀ ਦੁਨਿਆਵੀ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਤਾਂ ਬਿਰਹਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਪੈਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਚਾਹੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਹੋਵੇ ਚਾਹੇ ਹੋਰ ਹੋਵੇ, ਪਰ ਪਰਮਾਰਥ ਵੱਲ ਪੈਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਬਾਬਾ ਜੀ।
ਬੇਟਾ ਦੇਖੋ, ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਜਦੋਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਸੇ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਉਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਮਿਹਨਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਇਸ ਵਕਤ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਹਲੇ ਅਹਿਸਾਸ ਨਹੀਂਗਾ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਅਸਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ। ਆਪਾਂ ਕਦੇ ਕੁਛ ਮੰਗਦੇ ਆਂ, ਕਦੇ ਕੁਛ ਮੰਗਦੇ ਆਂ, ਕਦੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਚੀਜ਼ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਭੱਜਦੇ ਆਂ, ਕਦੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਚੀਜ਼ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਭੱਜਦੇ ਆਂ। ਮਾਲਕ ਦੀ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਮਿਲ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਫਿਰ ਅਹਿਸਾਸ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ, ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਹੋਰ ਕੁਛ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਸੀ। ਸੋ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਚਿਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਉਹ ਮੈਚਿਓਰਿਟੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਕਿ ਇਨਸਾਨ ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝ ਆਵੇ ਕਿ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਅਸਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਕੀ ਹੈ, ਕਦੇ ਪੈਸਾ, ਕਦੇ ਅਹੁਦਾ, ਕਦੇ ਰਿਸ਼ਤੇ, ਅਸਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਨਸਾਨ ਨੂੰ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਮਨ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਾਂਤੀ ਔਰ ਸੁੱਖ। ਜਦੋਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦਾ ਅਹਿਸਾਸ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਨਾ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਸਿਰਫ ਇੱਕ ਜ਼ਰੀਆ ਹੈ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਮਨ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਾਂਤੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਸੁੱਖ ਔਰ ਚੈਨ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ।
ਦੇ ਦਿਓ ਬਾਬਾ ਜੀ।
ਨਹੀਂ, ਇਹ ਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦਾ ਕੋਈ। ਇਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਗਲਤ ਫਹਿਮੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੇਣਾ ਹੈ। ਉਹਨੇ ਤਾਂ ਜੋ ਦੇਣਾ ਸੀ ਦੇਤਾ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਇਸੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਰੂਹਾਨੀਅਤ ਤਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਰੀਅਲਾਈਜ਼ੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ, ਇੱਕ ਜਾਗਰਤਾ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਹੀ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਛ। ਸਭ ਕੁਛ ਘਰ ਮੇਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਨਹੀਂ, ਬਾਹਰ ਢੂੰਡੇ ਸੋ ਭਰਮ ਭੁਲਾਈ।
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਬਾਬਾ ਜੀ। ਬਾਬਾ ਜੀ, ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਜੇ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੰਨਾ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ, ਪਰ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੈਕਸੀਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਹੈਜ਼ੀਟੈਂਸੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਸਾਡੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਪਿੰਡਾਂ 'ਚ ਖਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਲੋਕ ਵਹਿਮ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪਾਲੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ, ਜਾਂ ਕੁਛ ਹੁਣ ਵੀ ਹਾਲਾਂਕਿ ਵੈਕਸੀਨ ਦੀ ਇੰਨੀ ਸ਼ੋਰਟੇਜ ਆ, ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਲੋਕੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਬਾਬਾ ਜੀ ਕੋਈ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਦਿਓ, ਅਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ?
ਨਹੀਂ ਬੇਟਾ, ਆਪਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਜੋ ਰਿਸ਼ਤੇ ਆਪਣੇਦਾਰ ਹੈਗੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਾਈਏ ਕਿ ਭਾਈ ਵੈਕਸੀਨ ਲੈ ਲਓ। ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਆਪ ਹੀ ਲਿੱਤੀ ਸੀ। ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਜਨਵਰੀ 'ਚ ਹੀ ਲੈ ਲਈ ਸੀਗੀ, ਜਦੋਂ ਹਾਲੇ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਈ ਸੀਗੀ। ਸੋ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਬੇਟਾ ਉਹੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਉਦਾਹਰਨ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, ਲਵਾਂਗੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਬਚਾਅ ਹੋ ਜਾਊਗਾ ਬੇਟਾ। ਨਹੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਵੀ ਫਿਰ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਦਾ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਬਣ ਕੇ ਬਹਿ ਜਾਾਂਗੇ। ਜਿੱਥੇ ਡੇਰਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਬੇਟਾ, ਡੇਰੇ 'ਚ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਲੈ ਲਈ। ਮੈਂ ਸੈਂਟਰ ਇਸੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਖੋਲ੍ਹੇ ਆ ਵੈਕਸੀਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕਿ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਥੋੜੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਤਸੱਲੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਏ। ਸੋ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਬੇਟਾ ਜੋ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਆਪਾਂ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਾਈਏ ਕਿ ਭਾਈ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਲੈਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ।
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਬਾਬਾ ਜੀ।
ਹਾਂ,
ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਸੋ ਮਚ, ਮਿਹਰਬਾਨੀ।
Radha Babaji, thank you for the chance to talk to you today. My question is that of a seeker. Or
We
a
are
non-
all,
a
no, no, we are,
non-initiate?
no, no, we are all seekers. We are all seekers. Beta, what is the opposite of a seeker? One who's realized his goal. And if you have realized your goal, you won't be sitting here. You'll be sitting with the Lord. And if you haven't realized your goal, that means you are still seeking. So Hazur used to say, either you are there or you are not. So I don't think so we should create these divisions, Now, when we are trying to bring ourselves above religions, above castes, above color and everything, why do we want to go and create a new distinction of, seeker and initiated and this and that, beta? So we are all seeking. Initiation doesn't give you any additional benefit. Initiation only teaches you why you should meditate and how you should meditate.
Thank you, Babaji. My question is about, you've spoken previously about the mind over analyzing and maintaining a balance between our responsibility to the worldly duties and our responsibilities to spirituality. For somebody who hasn't been initiated, and I understand your comments previously, my question is somebody who doesn't have the opportunity to meditate, to focus on now, how do you control the mind? How do you stop your mind from over-analyzing? And how do you maintain that balance?
But the mind is a creature of habit. Whatever habits have been created, the mind is going to behave like that. Now, we try and force it, we try and push it, it'll react. So unless you don't create a new habit which makes you positive, it's not going to leave its old habits better. And that's where the meditation part comes in. So what we are trying to do is today, the habit is we are always restless, we are multitasking all the time, we are not focused, we are easily distracted. So meditation helps you to focus. And once you are focused, it becomes easier to go through life better.
Babaji, can I practice meditation before I become initiated?
Well, you can do anything. This is the free, sort of world. It's not that you can't do, but I wouldn't advise you.
Okay. Thank you, Babaji.
That's me, Babaji. Babaji, I'd like to ask you about action and reaction. Do you create karma on both sides?
Beta, the law of nature or the law of science says action and reaction. And after the reaction, there's a consequence. So that is karma. So every action that you take, there's going to be a reaction and there's going to be a consequence. So the sum total of your karmas creates your destiny. So whatever you've done before, all your old karmas have been put together. So don't take them as individual karmas and say, I did this, so now I'll have to pay the price of that. Hazur used to explain that if somebody has eaten 40 chickens, doesn't mean he has to be born 40 times as a chicken to pay the price of that. Means that the pain that he has caused, he will have to go through that. So the sum total creates our destiny. Destiny puts you into a situation. Now you are in a particular situation. That's where your choice comes in. You can put your left foot forward or you can put your right foot forward. Once you made the choice, then the chain reaction starts. If it's an old karma, it will get finished. If you are starting something new, then you're setting off a new chain.
Sometimes, when you're in a situation and you try to not react in anger or frustration, you try and deal with it calmly and not hurt the other person's feelings. Sometimes it's very, very hard to do.
No, I agree. But one is the ideal and the other is the practical. Ideal is a goal. That this is what we should be doing. We should be nice, we should be kind, don't react, don't say anything bad. That is the ideal. But on a practical level, everything that we do, it will have its ups and downs. No matter what anybody says, that sometime we will react. We will get angry because we are human beings, beta. Why are we here? We are here because of our karmas. If we are here because of our karmas, which means there's imperfection. If we were perfect, we won't be here. If we are imperfect, we are going to make mistakes. So he's given us this opportunity to work towards that goal. It's not overnight that it's going to happen. with age, you see, I mean, when one is young, like you take so many risks, you drive in speed, you do all sorts of things. But with age, slowly as you start thinking, today probably we won't do the same things as we did when we were young. We won't take the same liberties because experience has taught us to be cautious. So experience slowly as we go through life, that brings about a certain kind of maturity that helps us to work towards that goal. It's not, human beings are not, switches you can switch on and switch off. That today I heard a good satsang about humility and tomorrow I'm going to be humble. It doesn't happen like that. No matter how hard you try. But what happens is, first comes the thought. That thought registers. And anything which is constantly registering within you will start getting channelized into action. So if we are constantly thinking that, look, I must be kind, I must be humble, slowly as we think and it sort of starts influencing the mind, then it'll come forward in your actions.
Thank you, Babaji.
Radha Swamiji Babaji, I just want to say thank you so much for absolutely everything you've given me over the years. I've not got the strength to pay back half the things on my own, and I'm lost in this way world that I can't even cope with on a good day. And I want to do better. I want to attend, like in the satsangs I've listened to, they say, attend to your meditation on time and do this. So what I've started doing is put my alarm on. So with lockdown and everything, so first thing in the morning, I will get up and I will sit for the time allocated and then try and listen to the sound. But what I hear and what I do, I can't help myself because I don't think I'm there.
No, but don't. I keep on repeating myself. Don't analyze, please. Okay. Our part of the bargain is to stay in his will. He said, sit down, you sit down. Okay. Where we've reached, what we need to see, what we need to hear, don't even bother about that, because we are not capable. Okay. Now, if we sort of start analyzing that, we will get the result of our effort, and our effort can never be sufficient. So why should I even go there? Don't analyze. You just need to have a happy demeanor and learn to stay in his will. Be positive in life. There's something good out of everything that will come. Maybe today we don't understand that. Maybe today we are seeing everything in a negative manner. But rest assured, beta, whatever the Lord does, it's with a purpose. And if we learn to accept that and we learn to stay in his will, you will see that automatically things will start falling into place. Just be positive.
I would love to be more positive than what I am, but I'll be truthful. If it wasn't for my mom or anybody supporting me as much as they are, and like you have been, I'm nothing, and that's scary.
Beta, there's a phrase which says, no man is an island. None of us. We all need support, beta. Don't think that there's anybody out here who can make it on his own. We sort of are dependent upon the support of everybody around us. So there's nothing new in that. But we are puppets in his hand, beta. Everything is done by the Lord. He's pulling the strings. So if one door closes, many will open. But we must have that faith. If we have that faith, beta, he will take care of everything.
That's what I want, and that's what I needed to hear. That's what, those doors are opening, because, I can't help being fearful, but, where am I going next?
Don't worry. I don't think so. We need to sort of worry ourselves with all that. We just take every day as it comes. Okay. He's there to protect me. Why should I worry?
Thank you so much.
Babaji, being on the path makes us question our decisions and our actions. And sometimes when we're not sure, we ask ourselves, what would Babaji think? What would Babaji say? Sometimes we trip and fall. What I'm wondering, Babaji, is it possible to achieve anything without Master's grace and blessings?
Hey, beta, why? I mean, all of us know what is good and bad, beta, what is right and wrong. We all know that. I'm not teaching you anything new. I'm like a parrot. I'm just repeating everything that every scripture says or Huzur was saying. So there's nothing new in it. So, beta, I mean, it's the law of nature. You can either go forward or you'll go backward. Life can't stand still, can it? So, objectively, do I want to go forward or do I want to go backward? So if I want to go forward, I will be looking in front now. Why do I keep on looking back? Why do we carry all this burden of the past? So we remember that we don't make the same mistakes, but let's look ahead and let's carry on. We have a certain goal, put blinkers, work towards that.
How can we make sure we keep going forward?
But life is a learning process. Like I said, I don't think so there's anybody out here who can say he's never made a mistake or he will not make a mistake. But as long as we are positive and objectively we take the right step to the extent that we know, you have nothing to worry.
Thank you, Babaji.
My question was about the mental health that we're all suffering. It seems like it's really becoming a major problem in society. And for myself, I think I was able to pull myself through with faith and understanding of what life is really about. But the people that come to me, because I also coach, but the people that come to me, they're really suffering, Babaji. And my question is, are we connected consciously that everybody's experienced the same kind of thing? Or is it really there's something going on in society that we haven't been able to see at the moment?
Beta, we are all our own worst enemies. Okay? Nobody's life is that bad that he has to go into depression or he has to see the negative aspect. It's a question of a glass half full or a glass half empty. It's how you look at things around you. Now, you can make the most out of the situation. You can make that failure into success, or you can sit with your head and cry your heart out. So it depends. We owe it to ourselves to be positive. When we say the Lord has created our destiny, does he make mistakes?
No.
Has he given us something wrong? Okay. If he doesn't make mistakes, then if he's done the right thing, then I have to take it in a positive note. If he makes mistakes, then he's not worth my attention. So, beta, there's a purpose for everything. As human beings, we might be doing things without purpose. He never does anything without a purpose. We are in a hurry. We may realize it not today, but tomorrow. But because I don't realize it today, I take on the pressure on myself. I start thinking too much. My mind becomes overworked. That is what depression is. You go through a book page by page, you can read, make sense. You flip it, nothing makes sense. That is depression. So if we take life on as it comes, day by day, there is no issue. There is always something worth. All we need to do is find an objective, some anchor to hold on to, beta. And if we find the right anchor, the ship can weather any storm. But if the anchor is weak, then it starts going with the storm. So have some purpose in life. If you have a purpose in life, you can create that relationship, you can build that faith, you can go through anything.
How do you find a purpose, Babaji? Because I thought that was my purpose, to bring people together for love and marriage. I feel quite lost now.
No, purpose will come to you. I don't think so you can generalize on that. Everybody would have a different purpose, beta. And again, your strengths and weaknesses are different. The next person's strengths and weaknesses are different. So you can't have the same purpose for each other. You have to discover that for yourself. But build on your strengths, beta. If you can build on your strengths, you can overtake any weakness. Now, whatever you focus on in life, you focus on the negative, the problems of life, they'll become larger than life. You focus on solutions, you will get solutions wherever you are. Be part of the solution, not part of the problem.
Thank you.
Hi, Babaji. My question is, as my journey towards Satnam, and I'm like still looking, the journey is, what I understand, is between the disciple and the master. And I've been told, I understand, that there's a pull. There's a pull from the master to the disciple. I was wondering what the pull was.
Nothing of the sort.
Okay.
All of us have to have some objective in life. As I said earlier on, at different stages of life, we will want different things. At some stage of maturity, we will realize that what we are actually seeking is peace of mind and happiness. So how do I get that peace of mind and happiness? And when you understand that, automatically you will choose a path which will take you towards coming to terms with yourself. If you are at terms with yourself, you're not going to be scared of anybody. You're going to be at peace with yourself. You're going to be a happy person. The master is only a teacher to guide you on that way. But he's not going to do it for you. You have to do it yourself. Yes, to a certain extent, you must have some respect for the teacher, only then you will learn from him. But just looking at the teacher, he's not going to do anything for you. You have to do it. He's only going to guide you. That's all.
Okay, but at the start, isn't there some sort of connection or energy or nothing like that? Or does it just happen automatically?
See, I'm a very simple person. I can use fancy words.
Okay.
Connection, bolt of lightning, and blah, blah, blah. The main thing is you will get the result of your effort. You eat food, you'll get energy. If I eat food, I will get energy. My eating food is not going to give you energy. So your action is what is going to take you forward, not my action. I can only, like a parent teaches the child, you can guide the child, you can give him confidence, you can be supportive, but he has to take the action.
Okay, so it's the effort. It's the effort and the action.
It's your effort. You have to choose what is your goal and work towards that.
Okay.
He's there just as a guide, as a mentor, to help you towards that. But he's not going to take the action for you. So what is important is the teachings. Somebody becomes a teacher with the teachings. So the teachings are important. The teacher is only there to give you the teachings.
Okay, thank you.
Right, son.